Thanks, Dave.
Well, man, just first of all, just give Miami credit. Came in here and did some good things offensively and put a lot of points on the board. This is a disappointing loss for us, obviously. Too many mistakes. Not good enough on third down on both sides of the ball. Turnovers, not good on our side. Didn't create any. Giving up too many big plays today. We did a better job. Obviously last week was a lot better job. Today was not. 2 plays in the second half. It was a two play drives that went for 6. And, you just got to at least make offenses drive the ball. I think but we kept fighting. And our kids played hard. I told them in the locker room, you guys played hard. It's not about playing with the kind of effort that you need. You guys are doing that. It was just too many mistakes. And I was proud of the way they just kept fighting all the way to the end there. But we got to continue to learn and grow. When we do face adversity in a game, how we react and what we do with it. And, that's the part that we got to get a lot better at. But it's, the first loss of the season. It's the second game. We got a long season, so we got a lot of work to do. I'm excited to get back to work tomorrow.
A question for Coach.
Coach Michael McCammon from Cardinal Authority. You mentioned the 2 back-to-back one-play drives that Miami had. How demoralizing was that when you guys were trying to find momentum for yourselves?
Yeah, it's obviously demoralizing. When we just come out, at halftime, and we didn't play great, but we're still in the game, so we felt pretty good about it. We get the ball back, so we go out in the first drive and we go down and score. So now it's a 1-possession game, and you're feeling good about it, and then next thing you know, one play it's a touchdown. And so it is demoralizing to give up a 1-play drive, and then you go back out and then they hit another one, and it's tough. It's tough on anybody, and it's tough on some guys on the sideline where they're trying to fight to get back in the game. And but that's where we got to be tougher. We got to be mentally tougher in those scenarios when they happen. The game's not over. It's still early in the second half. So there's a lot of ball left to be played, and we got to get a lot tougher mentally. That's the bottom line.
Coach Pat Jaggers, ESPN Louisville. Going back to that, those 2 plays there that obviously resulted in touchdowns. Like, what type of breakdown was that? Was that, did somebody miss an assignment? Like, what exactly happened with those 2 plays?
Yeah, both of those plays were unbalanced looks, and so they take everybody and put them to the field. So, obviously we're going to put some guys to the field. We were shorthanded to the boundary on the touchdown run, and we did a stunt up front, and we looped inside where we didn't have an edge to the defense, and he has the sideline, and he outran everybody on defense. And then the second one was a running back out of the backfield. It was just bad eyes by our safety. And, he's got that guy man-to-man. Once he comes out of the backfield, it's a play-action pass where the quarterback stepped up. It sucked him down, bad eyes. He outflanks the defense down the right side. So, assignment error on that one, alignment error on the first one. And then, the last one here, that was an unbalanced look as well. And we just cut number 2 loose down the field. Nobody covered him.
Scott Cameron with the Courier Journal. Offensively for you guys in the first half, you guys didn't convert a third down, which is very highly unlikely highly not like you guys.
Yeah.
What did you think Miami was doing, or was it more of something that you guys were doing wrong in that first half, you think?
Yeah, there was early in the game. They did some things that they hadn't done on defense that we thought they were anticipating them doing, and they didn't do. And they made some good plays on that. But you're right. We're usually pretty decent on third downs, and didn't do a very good job at all on that. Those were big drives where you're not getting a first down, and then we had to go for it on fourth down several times. Ended up going okay in that regard, but the third downs, give them some credit early in the game. We made a little bit more of adjustment in the second half. I thought we were a little bit better in the second half, but we still got to make those plays. There was I think we had 6 of them. I would say the first 2 they were lined up in something that we didn't anticipate. The last 3 or 4, something we got to make the play for the first down.
Coach Pat Jaggers here again of ESPN Louisville. What's your assessment of Malik Cunningham's play tonight, and what would you like to see him improve upon?
Well, I thought he played average tonight. I thought he did some really good things, obviously, and we got some great skill players. We missed a touchdown early in the game. We had Pfeiffer wide open in the back of the end zone. He just kind of threw in the dirt, and he knows it's not something he'll tell you the same thing. He knows he should have had that. And then careless with the football. He flushed out of the pocket. We threw a pick on one time. He's just got to throw that away. And then right there at the end of the game, running around carrying the ball with one hand. We can't, things we don't teach that, obviously. So you got to take care of the football right there in that scenario. And we had way too many balls on the ground today. Wasn't just Malik. We had a couple of running backs that fumbled. We got to come up with the football. We can't put the ball on the ground.
Coach Satterfield, Taylor Lynch, Louisville Sports Live. Was there anything that Miami did offensively tonight that you guys weren't necessarily prepared for or hadn't seen on film?
I mean, they had a few wrinkles in the game tonight that they did. Probably a little bit more unbalanced than what they had shown. We knew they wanted to run the football. Obviously, we knew they wanted to get the ball to number 9. He's one of the best tight ends in the country. So, again, it comes back to just doing what we're supposed to do on defense, lining up where we're supposed to line up. Because, if you think about defense, if everybody's doing what they're supposed to, you got one person that's not, then it can be a big play. That's where all 11's got to do what they're supposed to do and play as one.
Coach Tim Sullivan from the Current Journal.
You guys came out.
You've had a lot of success, but at the same time, you've given up a ton of points in 15 games. I think you've had 9 where you've given up at least 34 and 5 with at least 6 touchdowns. Do you think your personnel is adequate, or can you explain these away with breakdowns?
Well, I mean, we're trying to get better with our personnel. I can tell you that. We got to do a better job within the pass rush. We're not where we need to be rushing the passer up front. If we don't bring pressure, then we struggle rushing the passer when we're just bringing 4. I think that's we got to get better pass rushers that can play. There's no question about it. And you love to have more speed. We got to get overall speed. And we are attempting to do that. So if you don't have that, then you have to be on point with your assignment. You have to be who you're supposed to be guarding, where you're supposed to be, what gap you're supposed to in. You have to do that. And when you're not, then you're going to give up a big play. And that's what happens. You can go back last year, you can go back tonight. That's really what it's come down to. Really is assignment. Covering the guy you're supposed to cover, hitting the gap you're supposed to hit. You're not going to be 100% on that. So then at some point you just got to get them down on the ground and play another day. But when they go to the house, that's tough.
Scott, Cameron again. When you guys came out in that second half offensively, I mean, you guys pretty much just gave the ball to Javion and let him run behind the O-line. It seemed like you got Malik a little bit more comfortable. Things start rolling for you all a little bit. Was that the plan when you guys came out halftime to get things under control a little bit?
Yeah, I think we felt in the first half, that we really could run the football, and we really thought we could have done more in the first half, and then we didn't get any first downs. I mean, that third down was killing us with that in that regard. So second half we came out and we wanted to establish the run, and we thought we did a good job with that. Like I said, we drove right down the field, scored a touchdown, and you're right back in the game. So we felt really good about running the ball. Hawk had a great night, kind of a workhorse night. I mean, he only lost 1 yard on 27 carries. So, he had a really, really good night tonight. It's a shame it didn't come away with a victory, because he played hard out there tonight, and it was fun to watch him play football.
Take one more question for Coach.
Yeah, Scott, a follow-up to that. That first half, you feel like that's more of an outlier for you all offensively, and you're more of what you were in the second half? Or?
Well, we'd like to be more what we were in the second half. There's no question about it. The third down was certainly uncharacteristic of, the way we need to be playing. You got to get some of those third downs because that keeps your rhythm offense. That's when you get in rhythm, and that's when you can go down and go score, and you're giving yourself 3 more opportunities. And we got a lot of big play threat people that we feel can go score. So we got to do a lot better in that regard. But second half, I thought we'd move the ball a lot better and really felt more comfortable.
Coach, thank you. Joined now by quarterback Malik Cunningham. We'll take questions now.
Hey, Malik, Cameron with the Courier Journal. You guys struggled in that first half, specifically getting first downs on third down, which is something you guys don't usually do. What do you think was the cause of that early on?
I would say just like as a collective group, kind of like a lack of focus on and we got like a penalty, some like self-inflicted wounds really killed us on third downs in the first half.
As the quarterback, I mean, that's not something you guys usually do. So as the quarterback, when that's going on, what do you do, or what are you trying to do to try to help change that for your group?
Just make a play and tell the guys that try to keep the guys encouraged. So the whole game, throughout the game, that's what I was trying to do a good job of, and I feel like I did a good job, but we just couldn't execute in the first half.
Bear with us here. We got some open mics. Tim, your mic is open.
Mikhail, it's Tim Sullivan from the Courier Journal. After you scored those 2 touchdowns in the third quarter and they answered in one play, what does that do to you emotionally, and does that take a lot of the steam out of you?
No, the whole time when we were scoring and they were scoring, I was just trying to keep those guys in. I mean, on the offensive side, we were still in it. I mean, we knew we had to go down and score and help the defense out. But that didn't really affect us. We were just trying to score every chance we got opportunity to.
Next question.
Mikhail Cameron. Mikhail Cameron again. You guys came out in the second half and pretty much just gave Javion the ball and kind of just ran behind that O-line. When you guys are able to run like that successfully, you feel like that kind of calms everything down for the offense?
Yeah, it does. Hawk and the O-line, they did great up front, running the ball. We really opposed our will in the running game. We just didn't execute on those thirds down like you guys said.
Any other questions? Thank you. We're joined by CJ Avery now. We'll take questions for CJ.
CJ, this is Ken Spencer with WHAS 11. It seems like, the theme of last year for you guys defensively was kind of bust assignments, and it seemed like that was the case for you guys tonight. Just how frustrating is that this is still a thing for you?
Absolutely, it's extremely frustrating. It's just something we gotta get fixed. Each man got to do his job. That's all it comes down to, man. We got to come back to work tomorrow and just focus on that.
CJ, what was it about Miami's unbalanced look that gave you guys so many fits tonight?
Well, one of them was we didn't have an edge, and the other ones they did like a pop pass, and it was just a guy didn't do their job, didn't take their man, so it really was on us not doing our job.
CJ, this is Ken again with WHAS 11. Those 2 touchdowns they scored at the first of the second half there in 2 plays. How much did that just take the wind right out of your all sails?
It was definitely devastating, but as a team, we got to keep competing and keep going. And as a defense, we can never give up no matter what. No matter what the score is or how much time is left on the clock, we always got to go.
CJ, this is Cameron with the Courier Journal. I know all summer you guys have been talking about trying to contain the big plays and not give a lot of those up. I know you obviously gave up a few today. Do you still feel like you guys are moving in the right direction in terms of that, in terms of improving that?
I do feel like we're moving in the right direction. outside of those unbalanced looks, man, it really wasn't much. It was a little. They had a little success, but it wasn't that much more success. But like I said, man, we just got to come back to work tomorrow and just focus on getting better for the next week.
CJ, Tim Sullivan from the Courier Journal. Do you feel like this is going to be typical of the way things go this year, that you're playing in shootouts all the time, or can this defense solidify?
Yeah, we will get better. We will get better. Absolutely. Like I said, once again, we're going to come back to work and we're going to get better for the next week.
Any further questions? Thank you, CJ.
Thank you.
We expect to be joined shortly by a little running back, Javian Hawkins.